Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and this is Tennis Manager 25. A fairly good season last year. Um, we didn't hit our goals on Michael Antonius. We only missed by 9 spots. Sadly, the game still checks. I think we might need to start a new game to kind of see if there's any of these patches that have come along in the last month, the hot fixes and whatnot. Um, yeah, see if anything changes with that. But I don't think they'll change mid-game from what I've read from people. So that's a little disappointing. But it's very similar to Yana, like last year, where we hit all her goals a day after the end of season check, which I don't know why you'd have that check before everything updates, especially if it's updating the next day. And if everything always updates on a Monday, just always have an end of season check appear on a Tuesday. I don't know. But yeah, we lost relationship and morale with Yana a couple of times. Because of that, we've done the same with Michael. And so our relation's only a 2-star with him, a 1-star with Yana. And they both completely bombed their goals despite the fact that we actually hit everything with Yana that year. And the only thing we missed, he was top 30 in American players and he won a rookie event when he only needed to get to a final. So Antonius should have been fully okay, apart from the fact he went the top 300. We got 309. That should have still have been a very successful season, and we got dinged on them. We got dinged quite hard. So, yeah, from looking at a lot of the patch notes, there's only one thing from like the start of the month or the end of last month. I think there was a patch which said something about rebalancing morale and form. So I'm not even sure if that would do anything about those situations, but also it doesn't seem like anything has changed in game with those patches, and so it might require a new game. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm not prepared to do that at this point because things are developing nicely. So that's just something that maybe we're going to have to deal with moving forward. But I do hope if it hasn't been fixed, that it can be. And if it does require a new save game, then so be it. We're just going to have to deal with it. But yeah, Antonius almost top 300 in the world. Yana 275, and Hannah and Moyes 114 and 112 respectively. Just doing really good. Um, and yeah, that's kind of the best thing for it. I do wish that you set your goals on this day or sort of for the season ahead because we can already book now and we can't really set those until we know kind of what goals are going, especially when you've got like a junior who is playing pro but still eligible to be a junior. Like, how are you going to choose what to pick in week one? Are we setting junior goals? Are we not? I know in this case, we're not going to be doing that all for them. We're just going to be playing majors. But I just think from a design point of view, it makes more sense to shift that date to right now, Monday on week 48, and do the end of season check on Sunday of week 47 and have the game pause there. Because that way, when everything has been done and all the rankings have been calculated and nothing's going to change, then you can see what you set at the end of the year and did you achieve it or not. Because checking it halfway through the season and deciding whether or not you've made enough progress, I understand, but I think is way too harsh. It's a yearly goal, not a 6-month goal. Don't judge me at 6 months, judge me at the end of the year. And we've been hit quite badly with that, whereas I don't think in real life it would be anywhere near as severe or to make sense. Or at least, if you're going to do it that way, have a mini press conference, if you will, between you and that player. And the player saying, I'm very disappointed. we haven't hit top 300 in the world, and we don't look like we're going to do it before the end of the year. And then based on my stats, have a set of responses there where I can promise them things. If we do not hit top 300 in the world, you are free to cancel your contract. I promise you we will cancel your contract. And just have it automatic. If you do fail it at the end of the year, it's just automatically cancelled. You can't do anything about it. And then put a flag in the system for that player that they just don't trust you, or they never, they don't want to sign for you, so you can't just get them back. I don't think that's too much work, and I think that's a very realistic way of handling it when the current system doesn't make enough sense. I think little things like that, you can do 4 or 5 little things like that, and the quality of life for the game would go through the roof. The realism would go up a bit, and I just think you'd have a much tighter game, which should be the goal. Should be the goal. A much more immersive experience, much more fun to play, with less bugs, less things taking you out of the world. So hopefully, I doubt any developers or anyone is watching from Rebound, but if you are, that's my suggestion to you. Bit of free advice based on playing quite a decent amount of this game now, both on and off YouTube, and watching other people play it, and kind of gathering feedback from the community as a whole. It's little things like that that are going to make the difference. There's a lot of sports simulators and managers out there. Every single one of them has their issues. The ones that listen to the fans and fix those issues are always the biggest sellers. The only ones that don't fall into line with that are all the EA sports games, because they just have big licenses and a ton of money. So they don't care about the fans' experience, because they know the fans are still going to buy those for the name value and for the flashy graphics, even though the games are, I don't think it's too harsh to say, pretty poor. The gameplay and the management side of things is really poor and limited. The gameplay and the action playing the actual game, really poor and limited. What they do really well is the gacha content, all the loot boxes, all the pack openings. And that's where they make their money, which is where they focus their game, which is why the rest of the game kind of sucks. And if you want the best Madden game, I don't know, Madden 12, Madden 17, there could be a 13-year-old game which tops the list of actual Maddens you want to play. NHL, similar thing. It'll be one in the past, not recently. And EAFC is okay, but again, you're probably going back to FIFA 19 or something like that to a solid game. I'm not exactly sure on the numbers there, but somewhere around that time period, I remember the gameplay actually being exciting, and not just you have to play a certain way or you lose. And there's a bunch of glitches and other things, because they don't care. They're making their money through pay to win and gacha, gambling, pack opening, loot boxes, etc. A lot of games do that these days. But if you're not down that way and you can't sort of rely on the name brand and flashy graphics, you need a really tight gameplay. If you don't have tight gameplay, then you're never going to stand out and you're never going to crack through to that next level. So hopefully people like Rebound take that on board and are able to understand that and just work towards that. So we don't need better graphics. We don't need more complex gameplay. We don't need extra features added. We need everything to make sense and everything to work well. So please, please, please fix some of this stuff. Just the only thing that irritates me about the game, and it is big enough to cause me real issues. So that little 10-minute rant over and done with, because I do feel it's honest, it's honest feedback. is constructive criticism. Not so much for EA because I don't think they want it anyway. They don't care. So I wouldn't expect them to change anything about their business model, which is earning them a ton of money. But I'd hope that others would take it in the spirit of which it was given. But I say we had a really good season. The game said we had a good season for some people, really bad in others. But even Hannah, who had a phenomenal season, has rock bottom morale. Not really sure why. We hit all her goals. She looks phenomenal. She's 18, just outside the top 100 in the world. She had some good tournaments. She did some big things last year. She's definitely hitting her level where she's coming up against good players that she shouldn't be expected to beat, and is kind of more of a coin flip now in a lot of games. But yeah, the relationship's really high. You can see we didn't fail any goals with her pretty much ever. She's just completely developing fantastically well throughout everything. And if we do look last year, you can see she was 50% against top 100, 66% against top 100 plus. Against higher ranked players, she was 41.7%. Lower ranked, she did quite well, but yeah, she consistently did well. She didn't do amazing, but she consistently did well. I'm pretty happy with that. We do look at the results for last year as well. You know, round 128 at the US Open, third qualifier at Wimbledon, second qualifier at the French Open. Didn't really make an impact at a Grand Slam, but did okay. Couple of semi-finals, quarterfinal in the Pro 100s. A couple of wins, couple of semi-finals in the 75s, and a semi-final and round of 16 at the Pro 50. She just didn't compete well at the Pro 50. But a very, very good season, and for some reason her morale's just rock bottom. And she's coming in with some ankle discomfort as well, which may play into the morale. I don't know. But I don't know why it would, and I don't know. I wasn't told anything about that. And we've had injuries that haven't affected morale before, so I don't know why that would. But she looks really good. Moyes looks absolutely phenomenal as well. Still working on his serve, still trying to get that game going there. I do feel that he's a very, very good player as well. Again, improving quite a lot, just in general. Last year, you can see he just completely did what he needed to do. He played 4 higher ranked people and won them all. Lower ranked, he only lost 3. He just completely did kind of what he needed to do on the juniors there. And I don't really want to focus on the juniors because he shouldn't have been playing there, but when he was, that's kind of what it was about. And then when you look at the pro, higher ranked, 50% win rate is pretty good. Top 100, 77%. Lower ranked, massively up there as well. Did okay when he played. In a little bit of everywhere. I'm hoping, though, that he's only top 15 in the juniors. He won't get automatic sort of entries for the Grand Slam. Really hope he won't. But yeah, again, 2 round 3 qualifiers and round 128, so slightly better than Hannah. 3 wins at 75, a semi-final and a bunch of quarterfinals. That's where he kind of lived, was in Pro 75. Quarterfinal of a Pro 50. And he did win a Rookie 25 as well because, well, he needed to. He needed to play, but yeah. I'm very happy with his results across the season. Yana, again, developing quite well. More physicality needed. Struggling to get form with her. Struggling to try and get her really going where I want her to. But Also, some big jumps, some kind of nice play just in general. If you look over a year, we're gaining like a point growth in a lot of things, and mentally, we started off the year at what 12.2, just over, and ended up somewhere over a 13.5. So a quite significant rise there as well. So I'm quite happy with her all around. I think just did pretty well. Didn't do great on the juniors, and then on the pro circuit, I think a lot more consistency, especially towards the end of the season. I definitely feel that that was the case. Didn't do great on juniors again. Didn't really care about that, and then just played rookies and very sort of hit and miss. A lot of qualifiers earlier on until we didn't need them anymore. Started moving up some quarterfinals, and then just wins. If you look at this, from week 13 all the way to week 44, that is just like absolutely fantastic. What's that? 8 wins, I think. Just fantastic stuff. And was able to move up, like I say, inside the top 300 on the back of those wins. So towards the end of the season, 13, 17, 21, 4 weeks apart, then 6 weeks to week 27, another 6 to week 33, but then 2 weeks later we win, another week later we win, and then it's 8 weeks after that. But there's a little run here where, week 33, 35, 36, pretty spectacular. 3 wins in 4 weeks, really. Really impressive there for me. So, kind of happy with her. And again, Antonius, still need to fill out a little bit, but a good player, starting to do some things. I'm a bit worried about his goals again. We don't know what he's going to come and ask us about. Technically is kind of where he rose the most. Mentally not too bad either. Physically, just not a lot of development, but I feel he was good. And then, if we look here, on the men's tour, just pretty solid, 61%, 69.7%. And then over a third of games against higher ranked he won. I think that's quite good. When he did get to the quarterfinals or beyond, he typically won. It's just a little bit of a struggle to get there at times. But 5 quarterfinals, won 4, and then he also won those 4 semis and finals. So, yeah, I can't really fault him on that. He played some Pro 75s, didn't do well. Pro 50s, a little bit of movement, but not enough really. And then in the rookies, you can see he won some rookie 15s with a quarterfinal, and that single rookie 25 he ended up winning as well. So, again, towards the end of the year, definitely did good. And coming, as you see here, 1535 in the world, up to 489, and then 309. I think that's good progression. It might not have been what he wanted, but that is just the way it is. So we could wait, but I don't want to wait. I kind of want to book early on. And I think for Hannah, week 1, Pro 75. And then week 3, I kind of want to do the Australian Open. But even though we're in this top 128, right? We're 114th in the world, I believe. It's still going to tell us that we might just get bumped from it. And I don't think that's fair, but it's what the game's telling me. So I'm going to go for a qualifier so we can play the Aussie Open in week 3. Same with Kwame. I want to start week 1 with a Pro 75. And then again, he's just 2 places higher, so we're going to have the same issue there. So Aussie Open, a little qualifier. And then Yana, I'm wondering, is this a rookie 15 or a rookie 25? probably just want to keep rookie 15 right now. And so I think if we go to Gothenburg, and then we hope that in week 4 we're not getting put into the or week 5, yeah, the Australian Open Junior. I really hope we're not being put into there. But I also don't want qualifiers really. So yeah, Gothenburg in week 1, and then week 3, I would say we can go to Seita. I can't remember how you actually pronounce this. Is it Quetta? Is it Sueta? Seita? I've heard it pronounced a bunch of them. I think there's I think there's like a European pronunciation, which is kind of how they say it in Spain. And then I think there's like a Moroccan or maybe Tunisia. I can't remember exactly. I think it might just be North African in general. They have a different way of saying it slightly. I mean, they have a totally different name as well at times, historically as well. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to go for that, because that is a Spanish province, which is in North Africa, if you didn't know. And I believe Portugal used to hold some North African territory too, kind of 1400s or whatever time period. Somewhere around there. And yeah, Antonius, again, week 1. Do we want to go for a rookie 15 or rookie 25? I kind of think maybe we go for a 15. Yeah, maybe we go for a 15. Just kind of keep him in a good spot. And then we'll see kind of what they want. We'll have to wait. So, winners of the circuit. So, the men's tour, Yannick Sinner. Women's tour, Iga Swiatek. Boys. Wow. I love that name. Like, my brain doesn't want to process it properly at the moment to actually say it. I love the fact that it just ends in Peter. So, Oluwaseun Peter, maybe Oluwaseun Peter, Ogunsakin, and the girls, Annika Penikova. So, Rockering, top 100 entry. Zhang, top 100 entry in the. Oh, sorry, inside the top 100 best movement, I guess. Best on the 21 is João Fonseca. That's somewhere I would like us to be showing up over the next year or two, either through Kwame or through Klugman. Serve on fire. Hugo Humbert. 861 aces. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. 45% best returner. Best clay win is 62%, 59 on grass, 63 on indoor. So yeah, even the top players on these different surfaces, you're still looking at 60% win rate. And so looking at us last season, of the games we played in general, I think we're a touch under that, but still, we're kind of around that 60% mark, which is really nice. And then Bushnik, Balek, and Driva, best under 21 again. So that's what I want to show up. 439 aces from Osaka isn't huge. 48% return is decent, and then 60-66. Best indoor player, Osaka dominated though, 82%. That is outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Italy wins the World Cup. Checha, wins the women's. USA won the boys. USA won the girls. Okay. Kind of makes sense. Just waiting to set our goals for the season. Okay, yeah. Again, another thing that would need to be fixed, we're going to come up against right now. So, he's pretty bad. Money, again, I think we worked this out about like 300 grand outgoing pretty much. And, yeah, we're on almost 370 for the business and medical, which is really nice. It's really nice. We are making a decent amount of money. We probably should be spending money. But Hannah Klugman, top one in serve points won. Congratulations, Hannah. How did you ever manage that? Your morale's still absolutely terrible, despite being number one in the stat. Outstanding. Top 10 players of the season for games won percentage. That's very impressive. Total points won, Yana wins, and top 10 returns and top 10 in game percentage won on clay. Phenomenal jobs. Phenomenal jobs from all of you. It's definitely not because everybody has zero right now and it's just arbitrary kind of who's in the top 10 and who isn't, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Just something that's it's just a little dumb. It's just a little dumb. No more screens at night. It feels good. Thanks for your advice, coach. In retrospect, it seems so obvious. Ever since I started reading or meditating before I go to bed instead of playing on the console, being on my smartphone, I feel better. Cool. Don't know what that means. Does a focus go up? Does a morale go up? Does a relationship go up? Like, I don't know at all. Yana, these are all going to be probably the same. Yana, top 100 in the women's. Oh my god, that's going to be a reach. That's going to be a reach. That's why we only really look to play 20 tournaments and we don't really care if we hit this ranking because the most I can get for hitting a top 100 is going to be like 10-6 and 4-381. So yeah, it's exactly the same as the signature for being top 100 in the world. So I can get 15 grand for being top 100 in the world if I just basically win. I'm not even win tournaments, if I just play in 20 tournaments. I get the 6230 and the 154,000 there. So play 20 tournaments, get over 200 grand, or really struggle to get into the top 100 and get 15 grand. I wonder which is going to be my main focus. Antonio still has 1 year on his deals, which are absolutely fine. He will get paid that this year because I'm pretty sure we'll move inside the top 300. But yeah, Yana, I don't love those deals. I'm just going to wait a few weeks and then we'll... Yeah, when we get to week 1 and we need sponsorship for those tournaments and for that first tournament to play, I can accept then and we're still going to be in plenty of time. But, yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad. 200 and... what, 16,000? That's not bad. Moyes, a little bit more. A little bit more. The fact that only 1 year deals and he'd probably get a better deal next year is kind of fun. But we're almost 400k from Lacoste as it is, just for playing 20 tournaments and getting to around a 32 in a Grand Slam. That's going to be kind of difficult, I will say. We start at 128, right? So 128 and then 64. So not only do we have to qualify for the Grand Slams, we need to win 2 events at a Grand Slam. We need to win 2 matches. It's doable. It's definitely possible. We've got 4 shots at it this year. But yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Top 30 in the men's. And like all these contracts are going to be exactly the same in terms of objectives. So it's just about the most money. Yeah, top 30 in the men. And get to around the 32. Doesn't say win a 32. I think Hannah's pretty much going to be similar, right? So this is the most money. Round of 16 and top 15 in the women's. Oh my god. Yeah, that doesn't feel amazing to me. Again, Lacoste seem to be the ones that really want us to go fully. So top 20 and top 15 in the world. 2 years. That's so difficult. It's so difficult, but if we just get the 20 tournaments, we got what, 439 and 195. So, yeah. It's not bad. It's like 630k for not hitting objectives and just playing in 20 tournaments. So, yeah, very interesting. We're now getting to that point where we're going to struggle to hit those objectives a lot more. I wonder how ambitious the players are going to be. Probably Hannah and Moyes are going to be very, very similar. I would say top 30 in the world, top 20 in the world. We got 563. That's not bad. I really need to figure out how I'm spending that money, and I need to spend that money quickly. So 309 in the world, Michael Antonius. And you won what? You won a 25, but really you won a 15. So top 200. And I'm just going to run it back with top 300. He's already got low morale. We're going to gain a little bit of morale for that. That was the right decision. Pro 75. Round to 32. This is going to completely... Yeah, okay. So he wants to go to quarterfinals. I thought I'd test him because at the moment I'm not sure if we're going to keep him on. And we've already killed our relationship with him anyway. And he wants to be top 30. I guess he wanted to be top 50 in men's last year, perhaps, and he got to 49. He wants to be top 30 in there. So, yeah, he's very upset, but this we can do. This I feel is going to be tough, but doable. This is all but impossible. This is all but impossible. So, yeah. I feel that's just where we are. Top 150 in the world. Top 300. Watch this. Yeah. So she wants top 200. Again, I think this is all such a weird way of setting goals in that they're stupidly ambitious, even though they don't have the ambitious tag. There is a tag which sets them to be very ambitious. And yeah, they just don't seem to be very realistic in their goals sometimes. Um, See, she wants to get to a final of a Pro 70. She basically didn't do anything above a rookie 15 last year. And now, all of a sudden, she's supposed to jump from rookie 15 to rookie 25 to Pro 50 to Pro 70. And not only get up to Pro 70, that's 4 levels above, but to get to a final. That's our starting point here. I mean, quarterfinal. See, that's exactly what she wanted, so morale didn't even go up. And she wants to be a top 20 national ranking, which at least she's at. She gains a tiny bit of morale. So those were horrible negotiations. And even though I completely upset the players by not setting high enough ambitions for them, I think I'm going to get somewhere like halfway. Really, I'll get that top 300. We'll probably get halfway in national rankings. And I see no way that we're getting this one anywhere close. So 100%, 50%, 0%. That will end up with 50% satisfaction at the end of the year. And we're automatically locked in for Antonius to be very unhappy with the goals. And Yana, top 200, I mean, I don't know if we can get in there or not. We'll see. But I think 50 to 60% satisfaction on that one. 0% on getting a 70 quarterfinal. And this would be 100%. So again, we're looking at something similar. We average just over halfway. And we're locked into Yana already being very upset, despite the fact that we set much lower goals than both of them were happy. Mechanically, there's no way that they're going to hit all three of those goals. I would be outstanding as a coach if I was able to do that, and they would be playing out of their skin if they were able to do that. Kwangme's at least been fairly what's the word? Realistic, slightly optimistic, but realistic with his goals. So, I mean, he starts with a lot of morale. We're going to go top 100, and he's happy with that. So, again, that's only a short way up. Top 8 players at the age of 21. Participation's fine. We'll see if we can do it. Grand Slam. See, there's no round 128. There's no round 64, just on 32, which for every other tournament's fine, but Grand Slams, we have bigger things. We should be able to choose those. We can't. I'm just going to say qualify for a Grand Slam. That's going to hurt his morale. And a Masters 250 to get to a quarterfinal. Now, I'm going to say qualify. I'm going to kill his morale. He wants to get to a rookie 60, so around 16. We're never going to get that. That's just, he's not good enough. I can only set top 10 French players. So, again, we've upset him by these goals. We can do this one. Yes. Participate in the competition is probably going to be really difficult, but I could only say no to it, and he'd probably be upset and set something higher. So, I had to say that. Qualify for a Grand Slam. A 250 round of 16, there's no way. There's just no way. and top 10 in France, we've got a shot. So 100%, a chance this will be maxed out. Let's say 100%. And then one of these three being a 50%, if I'm lucky. Which again puts us about 50% satisfaction. So this just doesn't make sense to me, setting these goals and kind of being in this spot. So top 100 for Hannah. She likes that. I'm going to say not a priority goal. Killed her morale, but at least we don't have to deal with it. Qualify for a Grand Slam. Killed her morale. And Masters 250 qualify. Very reasonable from Hannah. Very reasonable. I think we've slightly hurt our relationship, but 100%. I'm going to say this is 100%. I'm going to say that we should be able to qualify for a Grand Slam this year. And if nothing else, we'll get a wild card entry, so we should be able to qualify for one of these as well. Hannah, we've got a shot at actually doing. I think it's more likely that we end with like 70 to 80% satisfaction. And these three either look nailed on for 50% or we'd be lucky to get 50%. And I've killed everybody's morale to tank expectations right at the beginning of the year. I couldn't set anything much lower, if at all lower. And yet, I don't think we're going to hit a lot of those objectives. So I don't fully understand how that works or how that makes sense. Reach level 4 for the sports center. Okay. That's one thing I was waiting on. So let's go to the academy then. Let's look at the sports center and what we maybe want to do here. Could get a new player, but I'm not really fussed with that. Really, the only things that would make much of an impact for me I would say are the courts. So let's do 3 of the courts. And let's come back into the grass court. We're currently at 3.25. There's a chance that just these 3 would get us above 4. But yeah, I think we're earning 200k a month, roughly. So, yeah, in 3 months' time, we should be able to come back. All these will already be upgraded, and we'll be able to do the grass courts at that point. Get everything up to level 3. That might work out for us, and then we can kind of decide where else we want to go and what we want to do there. But I think just for goals, knowing kind of where we were going to set up is key. And don't care about those. Got 3 more offers from people. Not going to take them yet, but looks like head for Yana has been outbid. Yeah, top 50 in the world is only 6 grand for Yana. Okay, Lecoq Actif doesn't come with a shoe deal. La Fila. Sure. It's not bad. So yeah, we're definitely getting better deals in. We are better. We're getting better deals in the longer we wait. Antonius is done, of course, so we shouldn't really look at that. And then, so our top deal here is what, 394. Still looks like the best deal for the cost. And I'd probably go with head. Yonex is slightly more seasonal bonus and less signature. And this is only 1 year, and we can renegotiate and probably get a better deal next year. So head still looks like the best deal there. And the cost is just the huge deal that we're probably going to want to take. And then Wilson is better than Barbalat. Head is great, and Yonex is great. 2 versus 3 years. Yeah, again, these are just probably the best deals that we got out. Hannah gets extra stamina. Moyes gets extra balance. Yana gets better forehand consistency and natural fitness. Michael gets close to his serve spin going up. Okay, don't mind that. Everybody's pretty upset. Morale's kind of low to begin with. Form not great for Hannah or Michael, but Moyes and Yana look okay. And we now have our week 1 registrations all in. So Hannah's Pro 75, Moyes Pro 75, Yana's Rookie 15, Antonia's Rookie 15. We're okay with that. We go through another week. Let's see where we're at on terms of these contracts. Antonius doesn't gain any points, but develops okay. Same with Yana. Working on that volley. Moyes gets his serve consistency up to a 13. I love to see that. And Hannah just working on her serve a little bit as well. Absolutely fine. Yana's got a bit of wrist pain. And we get 3 new deals. So yeah, Yana's now got a much better shoe deal. Still top 50. And this Wilson deal is still the best for her. Moyes gets a pretty lackluster racket deal. I was kind of expecting one to be up to 200 bonuses. Highest we've actually still got is this Yonex or this head. And like I say, I do favor the head deal there. 394 from Lacoste for 1 season. I just feel that's still the best deal there for us. And Hannah, yeah. It's looking like Yonex. It's 100% looking like Yonex, and it's 100% looking like Lacoste. So we're right there. Don't want junior tournaments, no thank you. I've already seen those. Everybody really unhappy. It's going to set us back in the first few weeks of actually playing, but like I say, it's either right at the start I tank morale or right at the end. So I don't mind that. Okay, Moyes has got new deals, but again, neither one has improved. We're way behind there on Hannah's. That's about it. I think Yana still has her 10. Serve power for Hannah. Working on a strength. Yana's spin and power for her serve, as well as her forehand, all getting a little bit better. And we got serve, spin, and drop shot for Michael going up by a point. Kind of like that too. We're a little bit off. We're not quite where we need to be yet. That's absolutely fine. And then week 3 has been booked. We've got Aussie Open qualifiers for Hannah and Moyes. Yana is going into the Spanish 15, and Michael's going into the other Spanish rookie 15. That is absolutely fine with me. Already slowly working on some of these goals. So we're going to go through most of the week. You're going to meditation has been completed. Finance report, absolutely fine. I think I'm just going to do deals now. I think I'm just going to do deals now. So yeah, out of everything, I think 3 years sponsorship deal with Wilson makes sense right now. Didn't really want to sign anything that high. And then I'm guessing swoosh there. So we can get 750,000 just off playing 20 tournaments with Yana. So I don't mind that. I think that's absolutely fine. And Antonius, who's currently playing at the same level, and on the last year of his deals, that's less than 250,000. So we're getting 3 times as much money for tournaments with Yana than Antonio. So we should see a decent jump from him as well. I think 1 year ahead deal for Kwame just makes sense. And I do think this Lacoste deal makes sense too. I gotta be honest, I think that makes a lot of sense to me. And then we've got a couple of new deals here, but really, I think it's a no-brainer. If we think we can get to around the 16, those deals would be fantastic. See, the problem is with all of these deals is there's such low money that even getting to around the 32, I'd get less money for tournament participations. So even though the expectations are high and it's locking us in for 3 years, I do think Yonex is the best deal for us there. And for 2 years, we're also signing with Lacoste. So his equipment is all perfectly fine. Her equipment is all perfectly fine. She's apparently wearing shiny green. I'm not kind of sure where that color's going to match up. Somewhere on there, maybe. Kwame. Yeah, keeping the greens, I think, on him is okay. And Hannah, I mean, you can't even see those. That's fine. And we've kind of got to choose here. So I guess we're going for the one that hurts our speed. That's a little disappointing. That's a little disappointing. Yeah. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Okay, so tournament registrations. So we're locked in for week 3. And so week 5, week 7, yeah, week 8. Then we're off. And I can come back in week 12 and be pretty happy with that, I think. Week 5, again, for Moyes. Week 7, we'll keep him in France. Week 8, I don't know. Let's send him to let's send him to Mexico, I guess. And then week 12, and Yana. Do I step up to slightly higher rookies? Or do I just keep? I think I just keep like a rookie 15, travel down to Brazil for a rookie 15. Go to France. China. I think this just keeps us ticking along nicely. Antonius could jump the 25s. Could jump the 25s. So could Yana, but I think if I keep them in this first section down at 15, and if they're consistently winning, I can start moving them up. But for now, without playing, without knowing, I feel like keeping the 15s makes sense to me. I feel like that makes sense. So, okay, as we come towards the end of the year, in terms of the fact that this is the end, off season was intense. Main priority, putting them in the best condition, tanking their morale as well. Do I plan on bringing more players? Yeah, we're always we're actively scouting, but we're not sold on bringing anyone in. And Moyes, Kwame, yeah, I think definitely a service game. The more work we can put into that service game, the bigger threat he's going to be with that excellent morale and the quite good physicality too. Antonius almost gets a point of agility. Yana just approving a little bit. Kwame's focus maybe going up. Hannah doing okay as well across the board. Getting into better form. Everybody upset? Well, that's okay, I guess. As we step up for our first weekly tournament then. Fresh and in top condition. With some goods and an excellent form. Just everybody's upset. A good tournament from everybody will improve their morale, though. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for here. So Hannah will be the top seed. Number 2 is 168 in the world. So yeah, we should be able to win at 75. We should be able to win hundreds. So again, I think we're starting a little lower than we should be, or we could be, for all of our players. But if we do consistently start to win, then we can move up. 7662 for Hannah. Everybody gets through their round 32 opponents. I just want to warn you that Ivanov plans to retire. Okay. I haven't long brought Ivanov in. And they're only 52. I find that a little bit interesting. I'm not going to lie. We do have Bosch. But I would definitely want better than Bosch. Because Boucher was Hannah's physio. And we added Ivanov in. And that's the longest contract of all. So for them to be thinking about retiring at the end of the year is a little annoying, a little surprising, and a little annoying. Okay. So we've got our round of 16s. Again, we should win. 6-3, 6-3 for Hannah. Yana gets knocked out. So Yana gets knocked out. Her morale is going to suffer because of that. Yeah, that's definitely underperforming. Definitely underperforming. Hannah playing a qualifier. 6-1, 6-4. We'd never played her either. Antonius gets knocked out in a quarter. Again, I feel like that is just quite badly underperforming in a 15. You can understand it with the morale for sure, though. 100% can. The number 2 seed has been knocked out. Number 3 seed has been knocked out. I mean 4-5-8-2, but like the way it breaks down, the fact that there's only the 6 and 7 left means if Hannah doesn't win this, I'm gonna be very disappointed. And yet she doesn't. I can just feel it coming because of the morale. But I'm very disappointed. That is poor. And of course, Kwame is the one that gets to the final. And he does face the number 2 seed, 166th in the world, Pablo Llamas Ruiz. Is it Llamas? I can't remember. It's a double L in Spanish, a Y kind of sound. I think it might be, right? That might be Llamas Ruiz. Solid player. We should win. Will we win? Yes. 7-6. We lose a second, 6-4. Then we win 6-1. And it looked all about his first serve. Something we have worked on a little bit. Something he said in the press. And he's gone out and absolutely done it. So, a wild card for the Junior Grand Slam for Yana. We don't want that, thank you very much. Doesn't look like anybody else got wild cards. So, kind of happy with that. See, Antonius a little upset. Everybody else okay morale. And we're already moving in the right direction. So, yeah, Hannah, she'll start moving towards that top 100. Like I say, I think we can hit her goals okay. Moyes has basically already hit his top 100 ranking. He's 102 right now. Participate in the Next Gen finals. He's well on course for that, and he is the 10th ranked French player, which is where you want to be. So, like I say, we've hit all 3. He should qualify for a Grand Slam to hit number 4, round of 16 in a 250. I don't believe he's that good yet, but maybe with the right tournament. But I do believe that we're almost where we'll end up. So it would be kind of this 50 to 60% satisfaction, up to like 75%. I believe he will be. Yana is the top 20 women. Probably can hit the top 200. This quarterfinal is just a joke. Quarterfinals are a joke again. Hits the top 300, and then I don't know how close the top 30 American men, but I don't think that we're in a bad place. I think we're okay. We're probably still 2 months away from being able to hit the grass courts, but we do have 400k almost in the bank right now. We're improving our courts. That is a goal of ours, to get level 4 in the sports center. So I think after a little bit of a rough start and the morale being tanked in that first tournament, we're currently playing the price for that. Moyes winning his event, Hannah semi-final, Yana round of 16, Michael round of 16, Yana round of 32. I do expect them to continue to improve. And yeah, as long as we keep doing what we want to do, we'll be okay. And I will say, the more that Moyes keeps doing well at 75, the quicker he's going to move up to Pro 100s. Hannah isn't quite there, but they both got the Aussie Open coming up for qualifiers next, but that's where we're going to leave it. So I hope you've enjoyed. Like I say, a little bit of a rant at the beginning. I think just constructive criticism on what I feel the game's still lacking and I want to see being improved, because we've had quite a few patches, but some of these things still haven't really been addressed. And I feel like they really do need to, because they happen every single season. So a little bit more on that side of things would be absolutely delightful. But then just a look at last season, a look ahead to this season, the goals, which again just need to be fixed, and our first tournament under our belt. We know where we're at. We've all got new equipment deals, apart from Michael. His comes in for next season. But I'm pretty happy, and I'm pretty optimistic. And Moise Kwame is sitting just outside the top 100. He'll be very likely to be the first player to break into that top 100. If he gets bounced in the qualifiers and Hannah gets through the qualifiers, maybe wins around the 128 at the Australian Open, she could be the first to break into the top 100. But it's looking likely as Moise. So let me know kind of what you think down in the comment section below. Are you having the same issues I am? Are you enjoying playing the game? Are you enjoying watching the game? And kind of what do you think of these players? How good are they? What should the focuses be? What am I getting right? What am I getting wrong? And also the big question for me is, Yana and Michael, do we keep on with them? I think they're improving. I think they could come good. But do we need to have them around, considering how upset they are with us as well? Does it make sense to release them either during this year or at the end of this season and really just focus on Hannah and Moise and hire in a couple of young sort of 14, 15-year-olds? Or just wait until we get our next sort of, oh, never mind. We've got our Youth Academy players. Something else for you all to look at. We have 3 very good players. Elena Stusek, Hugo Laura, and Alexander Mazdrashki. You let me know. You let me know. Yana and Michael, do we maybe look at some of these? Wow. Yeah. I don't know. But that's definitely a question mark. I thought maybe next season we'd be looking at young players from the Youth Academy, but we did just bounce that up to 3 out of 4 slots. And it wouldn't take a crazy amount of money to hit that for 4-star if we want to kick it on to the next season. And not get anyone in from our youth this year, but maybe do it next year. So let me know kind of what you think on all that. Yeah, lots of questions, lots of decisions to make, but I'll be back next time. In the meantime, please do leave a comment, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed so you don't miss any of the content of the channel. Check out the playlist on starters orders. We've got a mini run, 3 episodes of Project Zomboid. Probably going to be more to come for that. I'm kind of waiting for Build 42 to release on that and for me to kind of learn some of the new stuff there before making another run on it. We've got a couple of episodes up on CK3 and more to come on that. And there's other games I still want to play. So keep an eye on the playlist tab. Check out the channel memberships. But like I say, if you're commenting, if you're liking the videos, and if you are subscribed, that means a lot to me. It does help grow the channel. And that's what we want to do here. We want to build this community and enable me just to keep making more and more content and make sure that it's content you want to see. So have your say, as always. Until next time, though, take care, stay safe, all the best to you, and let me know what you want to see, what you don't want to see, and how things are. I think this could be a big year. I hope you're here to watch it with us.